It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tsh, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, li, da, di, li, di, da. Di, da, di, li, di, da, di, li, 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 da, di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Marshall and this is the Waveform 2017 Game Sound Design Awards. This episode is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to look at the best sounding games, in my opinion, of 2017. There have been a ton of great games this year that I wish I could have made a full episode of Waveform on, and this is just a great way for me to give those games some recognition and also show you guys some cool sound design techniques that we can learn from each one. But with that being said, only one game can win the coveted, prestigious 2017 Waveform Game Sound Award trophy. Alright, let's get started. What games came out this year? What the? There's nothing good. Oh, Soda Drinker Pro. Oh, hell. Oh, no. That's 2016. Alright. Damn, I probably would have won. Oh, alright. How about this one? Wolfenstein 2. The gun sound design in this game really impressed me. Right now, there seems to be a trend in shooter games towards very loud, overcompressed gunshot sounds, but Wolfenstein opts out of this trend and has captured a much more subtle, nuanced sound for their guns. Take a listen to this pistol. It sounds like a tiny bottle cap shooter, but at the same time still feels satisfying and works incredibly well. I also love their gun tails. You can dual wield weapons in Wolfenstein 2, so instead of having some super long, fat gun tails and muddying up the sound when a ton of bullets are fired at once, they have these short, precise, airy tails, which I think is not only the right decision for the mix, but also makes the guns feel really unique. One of the best tricks for achieving that airy tail that I'm talking about is by using the initial punch from a regular gunshot recording, but then replacing the tail with the sound effect of a firework flying through the air. It makes it sound like the air is crunching in front of the bullet as it flies out of the barrel. I suspect that might be what they did here.
There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this?
They're watching.
Why doesn't she know coming? She's doing this for him.
Hellblade. For those of you who don't know, Hellblade broke some new ground in the sound design world this year for a AAA game. They recorded the dialogue using binaural microphones. So what is binaural and why is that important? Well, binaural audio basically means that you record something to emulate what it would actually sound like to human ears. It's kind of tough to explain, so I'll just play you an example, but fair warning, without a pair of headphones on, this will not work at all, so make sure you're wearing some. Now pay attention to how close and intimate the voices sound in this clip.
Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Drew? Is that you?
How do you know?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth.
I think it's super brave of the Hellblade audio team to have taken on that challenge for a massive title like this. They've definitely done a lot to push the medium forward.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Why do you do this?
Because
Microtransactions.
Battlefront 2. This game, despite all the very legitimate criticism that surrounds its monetization system, has quite possibly the best sounding sci-fi weapons of any game I've ever heard. The DICE audio team are masters of player feedback. Every sound in this game gives the player an immediate sense of pride and accomplishment when they hear it, and they've also done this while staying completely faithful to Ben Burtt's original designs. There are subtle differences though. Check out the difference between the lightsaber sound in the Star Wars movies versus Battlefront 2. Take note of which one you like more. I love the movie lightsabers just as much as the next guy, but There's so much more weight and power in the game lightsabers. I think they sound even more deadly and powerful than the films. I could talk for another hour just about the lightsabers in this game, but I won't, because we've got other games to talk about. Anyone who's played Battlefront 2 knows exactly what I'm talking about. Let's talk about Cuphead.
Here goes!
Occasionally, a game or a film comes along that does things the old, hard way. Not to be pretentious or because they're purists, but because the vision of the project demands it. Cuphead is definitely one of those games. Sweet Justice, the company behind the sounds in Cuphead, used a ton of old recording techniques and Foley props to make everything sound as close to a 30s cartoon as they could. Like this little victory sound they made by hitting porcelain cups with small drumsticks. Not many game developers can commit to a vision like Cuphead and come out on the other side with a masterpiece like this one. And that goes for the animation team as well. If anything, this game shows that sometimes the hard way is the best way to make something great. Alright, so who wins? Who made the best sounding game of 2017? I know it's almost too easy, but I've got to give the award to Breath of the Wild this year. Not because it's technically groundbreaking with its recording techniques, or because the assets are remarkable or anything. I picked it because it represents a trend that I want to see more of in game sound design right now, and that's naturalism. Some games try to score everything the player does with music, and it can get super tiring, and some games will over-design every sound effect to feel like a giant explosion that the player has to pay attention to, but Breath of the Wild does not fall into this trap. Nintendo went to incredible lengths to build this gorgeous soundtrack, but you can still wander around Hyrule for 10 minutes and never hear more than a soft piano chord once or twice in the background. This makes it all the more meaningful when they really do let the music shine, like during intense battle sequences or when they want to highlight the importance of an area. This game is not about fancy sound gimmicks, and it's not about the best audio design in the world. It's about knowing how to build a mood. I can't wait to play whatever Zelda game comes next. Hey guys, last episode of Waveform I launched a new Patreon page. If you dig this content, you'll love the rewards we have going on over there. And hit the sub button if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.